Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Wednesday, October 25th, 2023. This is my daily vlog where each morning I report to you and to me what my progress and plan is moving forward. Trying to make content creation a full-time sustainable thing ever since I started almost a year ago now. We're getting very close, like a week or so away, and it doesn't feel like it. Let's start with yesterday. So you remember I told you in our vlog yesterday, we had solid plan for the morning, and then I had a shaky plan for the afternoon. So it actually went pretty well. Yesterday was podcast editing day over on Twitch, and I think I looked at the report, and it was like 17 or 18 different people came through at any given time. We had 5 or 6 folks sitting in with me, watching through the edit. It was all about the Super Friends, the 70s, 80s cartoon show, the DC Comics Justice League thing. It was a good, long, heavy show. Sometimes we'll have like a 50-minute or so. It was well over an hour recording, but we knocked it out. I think we finished about 12:15. So 2.5 hours went swimmingly. I have that ready now. I've exported it. I have some stuff to do with it today, which we'll talk about. Then I told you my daughter was coming up to visit. She was coming to pick up her cat now that she's moved and all the chaos is over. And then her cat was so it's an indoor-outdoor cat. Hid all day, so she ultimately could not take the cat home because the cat never showed up. It has since showed up after she left, of course, so we'll work that out and get her cat, but it was a great visit. It was Tuesday, went to Taco Tuesday at our favorite Mexican restaurant here. She can't find a good Mexican restaurant down in her new town, so she was very happy about that, but it was a nice visit, but the real purpose of the visit didn't pan out. But in amidst that, so I really want to focus on my daughter visiting. So what I did was I let AI do some work yesterday. I just finished publishing all of the AI shorts that I created. If you haven't watched before, basically I've been feeding long-form videos to this AI bot, and it chops them up into short videos that I can publish. And getting thousands of views with them. Very productive. So what I did yesterday was I fed it a top 10 list that I did 7 or 8 months ago. I fed it that list, and it generated like 18 different shorts. I went through and just tidied them up a little bit, but ultimately I generated 10 unique shorts out of that video. AI did it for me, and I'm not talking about just editing, compositing, transitions, captions, all that stuff. It just does it. So really amazing. But you have to hand-hold it a little bit, so I spent a couple of hours on and off throughout the day, when we were chasing cats or doing other things. During that time, I would, check what it was doing and download and re-upload to YouTube and start marking up. So it's just kind of like secretarial stuff that I could do after I downloaded them, and kind of multitasks that way. So I'll have a bunch of shorts coming up in the next, good for a week and a half. In the evening, you'll recall that I was being interviewed for a podcast called the Palmer Files podcast, and it was supposed to be last week, but it got pushed to this week because the host was not feeling well. And that was really nice conversation. It's a very free-form show where it's just having conversations with people that do interesting things. And he found me through celebrating yesteryear on Retro Days, and we had a nice conversation. I think that's coming out, end of November or so, I believe he said. So it's like a month away when it releases. I'll let you know when it comes out, if you're interested. But we talked about this vlog, we talked about the channel, we talked about my job, my old job, things like that. And just kind of experiential stuff and what my experience is with YouTube, things we've talked about here. It was a nice conversation. And then finally the last thing yesterday is George was live on YouTube playing Centipede Recharged, and I popped in and chatted some with some people over there. It looks like he had a good crowd for his live stream, so thanks for being there if you were there. So let's talk about stats. Yes, we did cross 39.6 yesterday. It was right on the ragged edge, so 39,600 and almost halfway to the next one, so we're not on the ragged edge today. So that makes yesterday about a 50-ish kind of day, which is fun. Views, though, are up. I think partially because of the shorts that are contributing to it, but rather than 10,000 a day, our current average over the last week or so is probably 12,000, 13,000 a day. So that's increasing, and numbers all add up to result in, if you only get another couple thousand off this short, but it does no harm and it gets you that couple thousand views and 3 or 4 more subscribers, That's a net win, and the AI is making them. So yeah, great. So let's talk about today. I have some obvious tasks today, and I'm a little bit adrift today, but there's several things that I need to look into and check. So first of all, we had the podcast we edited on Tuesday. I will mark that up and upload it, do all the final tasks because it publishes tomorrow. There was a new Atari acquisition yesterday, and I think I probably want to do a little editorial on it, but I need to do some research, some more reading first. So that's probably this morning, is doing some reading and research on Atari's acquisition, so I can then put together a brief piece about it to see. Because it's as you might remember, it's been a while since I've done an editorial like that. But effectively, I don't like to just do editorials. I don't like to just do videos that go, here's the news that you've already heard, right? Unless I have something to observe and say about it and see, that kind of thing. And so I'll have to research enough to know what's the company and what they acquire and stuff like that. I'll look into that. And then I'll either spend the afternoon shooting and producing that video, which is not heavy lifting because it's just kind of on camera, or I will find that there's not enough meat on the bone and I will start diving into whatever the next long form is. Could be a tier. I mentioned that last week and didn't get around to it. Could be another product review. I'm kind of leaning toward the tier because it's been a while, and I have one in the chamber ready to go. I'm just not sure yet. I'm not sure what today is going to bring. I loved Monday because I got up Monday morning and knew exactly what I wanted to do and exactly what I had to do, right? I had a pre-edited piece, do some more editing, shoot, get that out. It was all done because I was midway through it. And whereas Monday I kind of wrapped that up, and then Tuesday was a little bit of a light day, I'm not teed up for Wednesday. And so I just feel a little bit adrift. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but it might end up being kind of a heavy research and planning day leading into the end of the week. So you got to have those sometime, right? Research doesn't do itself. We talked about that actually on the podcast I was on last night. We talked a bit about how much time goes into producing things, and it's not just a 15-minute video isn't 15 minutes of work, or even 30, right? It's hours and hours. So yeah. Okay. I think that will get us going for today, being that it is the 25th or whatever. I mean, we're literally like a week away from the 1-year anniversary of this adventure, and I mean, if you were thinking I was planning a huge production for that, I'm not, but because the vlog is not meant to take up lots of time for me. It's just meant to be a touchstone, but we'll definitely talk once we cross that line, talk about the year and what's happened and probably what's next. That's going to be in the coming week or so too. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get busy then today and find my course, find what I'm going to get accomplished today. Thank you for stopping in to check out today's vlog. If in fact you did, I appreciate that. If you're here every day on the bus, I love you. Thank you so much for being here regularly. If you hear that interview from at the end of the month that I did last night, I talk about the regular people that are here all the time a bit. And I think it's right at the end of the interview even. So anyway, you'll hear about yourself if you listen to it. Please have a fantastic Wednesday. Do something good for yourself if you can, and I'll talk to you again next day. Bye-bye.